In terms of shoe brands, okay? Leading sneaker brands ranked. Can you name the top 5?
Top 5?
Come on. This would be very easy.
I mean, number
you.
1 is going to be Nike, obviously. Nike's going to be number 1. Do I have to have them all in order?
No.
No.
Just the top 5.
Okay. Nike, Adidas, New Balance, Jordan. Jordan is his own brand.
Okay.
And I got to put one more in there. I'm going to say Puma.
Okay. That's good. Good guess. You
Okay.
got all but one right.
All but one. Can you go ahead and do them in order?
Number 1 is actually Adidas. And then Nike's listed underneath.
Wow.
But they're both at the same percentage.
They're the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Both at 94%. I don't know, like, numbers-wise. It doesn't give me exact numbers, but I guess maybe 94 of the people that you say that you talk to will say Adidas and Nike are their first choice.
Okay. I can see that. I can definitely see that hands down.
Yeah. Then you have Puma, which is at number 3. Number 4 was Reebok, which surprised me.
You know, I don't even wear Reebok.
I have not worn Reeboks in forever.
In at least 10 years.
Literally.
I hadn't worn them since
That's no dig to Reebok though. They still got cute stuff.
Since the Reebok Classics. Them probably like the only ones I would wear.
Shoot, I still get Reebok out the Walmart. They messed around and they messed up when they did that.
I forgot all about them though. I didn't even think about Reebok. That lets you know how much things change as far as like how like clothes and how some clothes are no longer trending, because I almost forgot completely about Reebok.
The last one is Jordan, which is at 89%. Which is only 1% less than what Reebok was, but it's 94% Nike, 92% Puma, 90% Reebok, and 89% Jordan, followed by Champion, Converse, Skechers, New Balance, Vans, Fila's, Asics. In that order. There's more, but that's it just keeps going down.
There's a lot of them, but at the end of the day, it's all about what your comfort level is.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm surprised New Balance wasn't up there. New Balance, man, people be sleeping on New Balance.
Some people don't give a damn if it's trending or if it's a popular brand.
No, because Pumas are like that too. I think Pumas like low key. That's probably one of my that's probably on the terms of comfortability. That's definitely on the top of my list. Pumas.
Yeah, I still got one of my Puma suits that I hadn't even worn. I hadn't even worn it yet.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Wasted Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
I need the shoes to match it.
No, I don't need no shoes. Just put the damn outfit on. You done had it for 3 years.
I need the shoes to match it, and then I'm gonna throw it together. It's an awkward suit. You gotta have the shoes to match it. Like if you put on something fly and then you just straight shit on the shoes, and the shoes ain't even about nothing. Like you done effed up the whole outfit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, you need to just go and put on one of them pairs of Pumas that I got up in the closet somewhere and call it a day. Ain't nobody gonna know.
Yeah, I'll consider it. I consider it to a degree. Now, I do want to get into some of these words, like some of these uncommonly used words. Mm-hmm. And my pronunciations be off sometimes too. But the first word that I do want to bring to the table as far as uncommonly used words is excogigate. What do you think excogigate means?
That sounds like something you should take off your teeth or something. Like you need to excogigate.
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 Yeah.
Maybe that need to come off your feet.
I could use it in a sentence. You see those people over there across the street? I wonder what they trying to excogigate.
Hide.
Not hide.
Get rid of.
No, I used it in a sentence.
What they trying to make?
They looking like they trying to rob us. I wonder what they trying to excogigate over there.
Come up with something to rob you.
To plot, plan, devise.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, hell, excogigate. We gonna learn together what excogigate means. Like, don't be over there excogigating.
Yeah, it means the plot, plan.
I'm gonna give you like some abbreviations. You know, like in a text message, and I'd be like, sometimes people text you, you be like, what the hell does that even mean?
Yes.
Okay. If I say MMB, what am I saying to you in a text message?
Some of these gonna go all the way over my head. That's just like trying to like text our kids, like our teenage son, and he be like trying to be all short and trying to type all these abbreviations. I don't be knowing what half of that shit means.
Yeah, MMB.
Message me back.
Message me back.
I never would have known what that was.
Me neither. Yeah, we get a lot of this. That's why I'm bringing it up for all of us like older people out there that got, younger generations that try to text us and stuff, and then we be
Yes.
like, I don't even know what did he just what?
And it's like they all talk like that through text.
Yeah. Stop making me feel special. Okay. Let me give you one more.
I feel way special.
IMHO.
In my humble opinion.
You knew that?
Yeah.
I did not.
I had to look it up one day. This is what I'm saying. Majority of these abbreviations I didn't know. I had to go look that up. I had to look that one up.
Okay. What about NBD?
Not by default.
No. That's good. That's a good guess though.
What does it mean?
No big deal.
No big deal. See, I don't just see that, and that's my thing. You won't have to talk to me like in like plain English if you texting me, because all you gonna see is a whole bunch of like question marks, like, huh?
What is that now? Okay, one more.
NBD. Wow.
NBD. Yeah. Okay. So the last one is FWIW.
Fuck with independent women. Fuck with independent women. There you go. Come on.
What about the I?
Fuck with independent women.
No.
Come on now.
You need to do better.
What is it?
How do you even come up with that stuff?
Shout out to all my independent ladies out there.
For what it's worth.
For what it's worth, okay?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, y'all. That one I know I wouldn't have got that one. I know for sure I wouldn't have gotten that. You said, fuck with independent women. That's why nobody need to leave nothing up to you. Okay. No, man.
No, that's not it. Hey, y'all, I fucks with independent women. It is what it is.
Okay, with your FWIW, yeah, go tell somebody that.
Now back to these uncommonly used words. Now this is a word that was used in the 1600s. So this
why the hell would you give me a word from the 1600s?
From actually the 1640s.
Okay, well.
Okay. If I called you Calyptian. If I said Asia is so Calyptian.
I'm going to feel offended.
And it's almost like Egyptian. Like the last part of it is like Egyptian Calyptian.
Yeah.
It's
I feel offended.
She said, yeah.
You talking about me.
It's spelled CALLIPYGIAN. Just for a little more context.
Okay.
Okay.
What does it mean?
What do you think it means? Calyptian. You sit here like, man, I have no idea what the fuck that shit means.
I have no idea.
Okay.
What, you asking me something from like the 1600s? What do I look like?
Okay, so it was used in the 1640s. It means to have a beautifully shaped buttocks. She's so Calyptian.
I don't think you're using that in
She's
the right
so
in the
Calyptian.
right sentence form.
It's absolutely used in the right sentence.
Okay, you did use it in the right sentence. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
I like that word.
Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you only you would have a
Nice,
Calyptian word over there.
soft, round, rotund, hot dog bun, fun in the sun.
Calyptian.
Okay. Yeah.
So welcome in. Thank y'all for being here.
Big shout out to our fam too. Major shout out to our fam. A lot of you guys out there put together a nice fund for Asia to go get some new lip gloss. They came in like 2 days ago. She is enjoying them, and she is applying it.
You probably need some on your lips too then.
Yeah. I got Blistex though.
Put some.
So I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm straight.
Blistex. Let's
Go
jump
ahead.
into the next segment, which is like the hot topics.
The hot topics.
Hot.
And what's hot on the press right now is Draya Michele, Jalen Green.
This whole story just got me all kinds of like twisted up right now. Like
Some people gonna get mad at me what I got to say about it.
You know, the thing is like I don't have any issues with. Okay, I'm gonna let you read the story and then we can get into it. I'm gonna sound like a little hater. I ain't even gonna hold y'all.
And this article is from BET.
Okay.
Draya Michele is proud to be baking a bun in her oven, even if she thinks people don't understand her. All right, last week, 39-year-old Michele marked International Women's Day with the exciting news of her pregnancy in an Instagram post. While some people flooded her with well wishes in the comment section, others criticized her relationship with NBA star Jalen Green, which is 22.
He's
and she's 39.
Her oldest son is like 20 or 21.
He's 21.
Just read something about him going off to college.
So y'all, so basically her oldest son is basically old enough to be like his best friend.
Literally, like they're like brothers. Shit. You can have like one year and one like literally the next year within the same like.
Okay, so this is a little spooky. This is a little different right here.
It's a little weird.
It hit different. Hitting different.
If she didn't have like an older son, like maybe it wouldn't be like that big of a deal. Like I guess like that doesn't make it any different. But I'm just saying, if her oldest son was like 10, then we'd
in regards to like them and their relationship.
Yeah. But I feel like the reason why it's bothering people so much is the fact that we're talking about a 30, and nothing's wrong with having a kid at 39 years old. I think
absolutely not. Hell
like
no.
These days now, it's like you can have kids up to you're 50, okay, right. If you want to.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Any age that you are to be able to
absolutely
have a child.
But I think that is weird though when you have like I don't know because you got to think there's people out there that have kids, that they're in high school and then they turn around and they have a baby, and then you got a kid that's like 1, and then you sitting at the gym watching your kids run up and down the gym floor, and this is their senior year in high school, and it's like
exactly, and obviously it's a lot of other people.
What are
out
you
there.
doing, Mom? What's bothering people is the fact that she's 39 years old and she's pregnant with a 22-year-old man's.
And that's right, and obviously I think this is gonna be his first child. This is gonna be her third.
Right.
Right.
I think that's the part, because like I just said with the whole high school example, I'm like, well, I guess it's not really that weird when you think about it, but it's like you have a baby that's in the 11th grade, and then you turn around and you have a baby at that point. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, even with the age gap between the children too.
Right.
I just be trying to figure out
why didn't anybody think that's weird? It's the same. Like you still are like, what the heck are you doing? Like,
but in a nutshell, pretty much.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like the scenario is kind of the same, where you would be like, what the hell? How you got a son that old and you still popping out kids? But why is it not right for her to still be out there like having sex and enjoying her life? She should be living her best life.
Right. It has nothing to do about the child. It's just the age gap and the age difference. And then also I think some of it has to do with
part of the best life.
and then I feel like some of it has to do with maybe like her reputation, like around the industry. Just like you said, everybody know everybody. So it gets to a point where like, it's like, okay, well, I know her. She's dating my homie. She's this and this.
I guess I'm just saying, I feel like in a way, I kind of feel like even though people are dogging it and dragging her, this happens so every day. Like this is so common, like a thing that happens so often. It's just like, why is it a big deal?
Because it has to be a big deal. Because when men do it, it's a huge deal. If it's a man that's 39 dating somebody that's 22, they're going to be like, oh, he dead wrong for doing that. Do he got any kids? Because if he got a daughter that's close to her age, they could be best friends.
But you see, women do it too, though.
No, but I'm saying, I feel like men catch more flack for doing it.
I disagree.
No, hell no.
I mean, I think that it stands out. Like you automatically are going to be thinking what you think because you think what you fucking think. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's like, how do you define somebody else's love if you on the outside looking in? How do you tell me that I'm not in love with this old man or old woman because I'm younger than she is? Who are you?
No, I'm not saying as far as like the love. I'm just saying as far as when you see like these two people together and the age gap. Like when you see a man that's like 40 and he reaches down to date a 21-year-old, they be looking at him like.
But that might just be what he likes. Like that's his preferential right.
Right. But I can guarantee you men catch way more flack.
I disagree.
For dating down.
I disagree because look at Draya right now. Like people talking mad shit about what she's doing. Like, but
I think majority of it has to do with like who she is.
I think that too.
Yeah.
I do think that, and to some degree also, and I agree with what you're saying that it does, like because it was the football player. Then I don't know who her first son is with. Like,
somebody back in Baltimore, just like when she was growing up.
Okay.
She had her first child at like, I think 17, somewhere around in there.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know who. So yeah. So then there's that. Then there's the one with the football player.
Orlando Scandrick. Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it feels like it's like a revolving door.
I think it's because
like where do they go? Do they hang out at the stadium all the time? Or are they at the practices all day?
Probably. We're talking about basketball or football. Like they travel together. They're together probably a whole lot more than we.
I'll be trying to find out where they be hanging out at, where they be finding all these basketball players.
But it's the same thing. Why is it different for them? Like, I mean, celebrities hang in the same circle. They know the same circle of people.
Yeah.
So
especially if it's like a certain industry. Yeah. I
think the natural thing to do is for somebody to just talk shit about somebody who's dating somebody has probably a person, their person is close to a kid's age that one of them has already had. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, that's a little weird because, I mean, when you
break it down, when you start kind of getting into the minutia of it, it does.
Yeah, because I think, like, to some degree, like, you almost are trying to say that, she might as well be having sex with her son, and we talking about something completely different. Like, this woman has a right to do what she wants to do and live her life the way that she wants to. So who are we to say that she can't, like, date somebody that young?
I know, but it starts sounding crazy because I heard some stories where, like,
but what is so crazy about it?
Like Gilbert Arenas and somebody else, they were on they were somewhere talking about this situation too, and they were saying where, like, one person was driving and she was in the back seat with one of them or one of their friends. You know what I mean? Like, and they ex-basketball players.
What?
And they bringing her name up, Draya. Where one of them and they homeboys might have, like, dated her, Draya, and they were telling the story about this particular night. One of them was driving.
You don't think he know that?
And she was in the back seat with Draya. I'm sure he don't. He pretty young.
Look, okay.
I'm talking about people that's already retired from the NBA. Again, we're seeing this same scenario right now too with, like, Drake and Cardi B's sister. Cardi B's sister's like 21 and Drake is like, what, 37?
They dating?
I think so. That's what they saying. And even in society, if you look up, like, the numbers, if you look up like from experts who talk about, like, age gaps, like certain age gaps in relationships, they're going to say that in society, it's not even really accepted by society if you're dating somebody that's, like, if the age gap is 10 or plus years.
But okay, I feel like there's okay.
That's why it ruffles so many feathers. That's why it makes so many headlines when they see it.
So what age is, like, the age where people are like, okay, that's weird? What would be, like, the age where people are like, I mean, yeah, you are older. I mean, I think 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 even are probably, like,
that's like the stretch.
That's like the common difference of age in a relationship. At least in my mind, I just think that. I don't know. I'm no expert, but in my mind, I would think the common, if you were to ask the average husband and wife how old they are, like, in terms of the difference, I'd say anywhere between 2 to 8 or 9 years would be the stretch. 9 would be the stretch.
Probably like 2 to 8, 2 to 7.
Yeah. And I think the outliers would be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
14 plus.
That's when it's just like,
or you could be or you could be Al Pacino.
But I'm saying what age to you is like, there's no freaking way. Like, for me, I feel like there's no way I can never see myself, like, dating somebody that's 10 years younger than me. I could never do that.
Yeah. I couldn't see it either.
I guess in my mind, that's just me personally.
Yeah.
I feel like I could see, like, you dating 10 years younger.
That's crazy.
10, 11 years younger.
10 would be like the max, though.
Man, you got to be kidding me. The way I be seeing these comments about you in this comment section about how fine BJ is and how they want to crush and everything, I'll be like, girl, go find somebody
Find
else's
something
man.
to do. Find something to do.
Find something to do with your life.
Because I am married as fuck.
Okay?
But for me, I say 10 years. Like 10 years, it got to be the max.
10 years?
Yeah, 10 years. 10 years got to be the max. If it's anything over 10, I just feel like the compatibility kind of just drops off.
So what? Do you think like they're in a relationship for the wrong reason if they're not like within like age range, whether that be the older person or the younger person?
I'm not gonna say that, but I just feel like obviously the further the age gap is, the more things as far as like what we have in common as far as compatibility falls out of play. I think more of it probably has to do with one is going to be like obviously like the physical attraction, and then the next part is going to be like security as far as like, you know, because it's a lot of women out there they love older men because they want to be with somebody that's just more advanced, you know, that's more experienced than they are.
I think that's like the majority of women wanting to date older men anyway. I think that's the mentality that they think. Because
especially when
in my opinion, I just think men are not on the same maturity level as a woman.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
and we all know that, yeah.
Dating in terms of somebody that's the exact, I just think that that's hard to come by because I feel like in my experience coming to just people at the growing up, I'm like, dudes just were not in the same
exactly. So
headspace.
So if you bring if you bring up like a really intelligent, a really grown up woman that's like 24, that's really looking for like a real man, you know, that's experienced, that's, you know, that's grown up, that has grown up, you know, attributes about them where they, you know, where he got the little boy up out of him.
Yeah.
You know, you have those kind of women that look towards somebody that's going to be older because of, you know, just like if you have a woman that's like 25 right out of college, she don't want to be dealing with these college boys.
But
like
don't
she
you think that's
she want a man that's just grown, that's grown.
But wouldn't a man want the same thing from a what? Like, wouldn't that be why a man?
That's probably why.
Does the same thing.
That's probably
they
why.
older.
Yeah.
It's because they want more of experienced women. They don't want these girls out.
They don't want no
thotty
body.
Right. So I'm just like.
So I mean,
so why is it so different? I guess in my like what I'm trying to say here to convey in the messages that you're saying that women, or you're gonna catch a lot of flack because a woman is a whole lot older, or a man could be a whole lot older, but the man would catch a lot of flack if he's a lot older than the woman because he's dating somebody. Especially
if he's old enough for her to be his daughter.
I just don't see why the perspective is different from a man to a woman if they're dating like with the age gap in between there. Like I guess like, and I said this before, I can see where people would start speculating things. I think
like, just because
why are you really here?
Right. Just and I feel like it's because he's a man, and if you go back into like history with men and men dating younger women, as far as like where that kind of like derived and came from just throughout history, that's why I feel like men nowadays they're gonna catch more heat than a woman would, and a lot of people out there could definitely chime in and attest to what I'm saying right now. But that's definitely like a fact, and I'm gonna stand on that for sure.
Okay, all right. I mean, I'm not gonna.
It's not all right.
I okay.
You gotta say okay.
Whatever you say. Okay. Whatever. I'm gonna keep on going in circles. I feel like I said all my points.
Yeah.
I just think that it's the same outlook as from a man perspective to a woman's perspective in terms of like why they date up in terms of their like older age. Yeah. I think the mentality is the same. Like there's no difference in why a younger man might want an older woman.
He want that cougar. He trying to get that cougar.
Right. For the same exact reasons why a younger woman might want an older man.
Yeah.
The experience.
Yeah, the experience, definitely.
What they know, what they can learn from them, what they can teach them, like the expectation, like they're, think about it.
Yeah. and
you know?
And just like you said with that too, I just feel like there's some type of intrigue by maybe a young man.
Think about like the
getting
Olsen
a 39-year-old woman.
Well, what do you think about the Olsen twins?
Same thing. Yeah.
See,
you got a point. Because they were really, really young.
Yeah, that is what they like.
Yeah,
they really like older men.
Yeah.
So I mean, but
like purely like they don't have anything, you know, regarding them physically.
Right.
Like it's beyond the
physical.
And
they both are financially stable. Clearly, obviously.
Yeah.
Like so, and they never needed that. So why do they do that?
Yeah, and same thing with like Al Pacino. Like he just had a child. He's like 80, and he just had a child with someone who's like, is she 30 or 27?
Wow.
Somewhere in there.
Wow.
Al Pacino, yeah. And he just had a child, like Al Pacino. I'm like, yo, Tony Montana. He like,
yeah, nah, man. See, now you crossing into some things where I'm like, okay, bro, I can say some things, but I'm not gonna hurt your feelings like that. I'm not gonna put you out like that,
man.
Because I do think some things now. At 80 years, now we talking about. We have something completely different. If you talk about that,
that's completely different right there.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother level.
Just saying. So we move into this next thing. The House passes the bill to ban TikTok or force sale. Lobbyists turn to Senate. Washington. This actually comes from the Wall Street Journal. The House voted overwhelmingly to approve a bill on Wednesday that would ban TikTok from operating in the U.S. or force a sale, with lawmakers largely shrugging off a last-minute lobbying push by the Chinese-controlled service and setting the stage for a final showdown in the Senate, where lawmakers have been cooler on the legislation. The measure passed the House 352 to 65, with one member voting present, showing broad bipartisan support for cracking down on TikTok over national security concerns. You know, I brought this up to you like a long time ago. I know it's probably been over a year since I even said anything about it, but remember when I said it and you were like, no way they're going to get rid of TikTok.
About the TikTok, yeah. It was probably at least a year or so.
It was at least a year, and I thought, I'm not putting that on my phone because when they first brought it up and they were talking about it, they started talking about how it was like a spyware almost, basically. But that's why, like, for a long time I didn't even put it on my phone because I was listening. I had gotten all into this whole.
It was a while before I think either one of us actually got into it.
Yeah. Well, because TikTok had been like, I had it on my phone at one point because I think when you buy the iPhone, it used to automatically come on there. I think it might have been one of those you had to download. Maybe I already had it, but I did take it off. I took it off for like a long time. And then when we started doing YouTube and all that stuff, like even after we started doing YouTube, I was still like...
It was a while before I even put it on my phone too.
I'm not putting that on my phone. But like, I don't know. I guess eventually I was like, shh. I'm trying to grow like our brand. We're forgetting all of that. I'm finna get on TikTok. We on TikTok. Follow us on TikTok, okay?
We really outside. And I don't know, like for me, like even with the whole TikTok, I feel like the reasons are valid because they talk about like the influence of like things that TikTok pretty much kind of influences and manipulates people as far as, you know, just the content that it has on there. But I feel like, I'll be honest with you, like I feel like TikTok isn't any worse than Twitter. I feel like Twitter is even worse.
Oh, yeah. Well,
officially it's X, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much, like, I feel like I've gotten out of TikTok that you can't even look past the thought of thinking, like, how can you have fun on something so much and then there's low-key somebody that's supposedly spying through this app and getting
doing something malicious.
Like, who am I talking to that they looking for me?
I didn't even understand it at first. What are they gonna
get out of my phone? Because the shit, they go on my phone, they not gonna find nothing.
And I had to look into it more. Like I had to actually like read more articles to kind of understand like why did they think that somebody would be spying, or why did they think that if you download it, it's like some type of like spyware.
Okay, let me keep reading real quick.
Go ahead.
So a U.S. officials say TikTok's ownership potential gives Beijing a way to collect data on Americans and influence public opinion, driving years of efforts to crack down on the app and culminating in the new legislation. Opponents of the bill said the government shouldn't ban businesses and raised free speech concerns. They also said that TikTok has taken steps to address concerns about its ownership, including ensuring all U.S. users' data is stored in an Oracle cloud, not overseas, and that fears about the service are overblown. It's a ban based on zero evidence, said TikTok spokeswoman Jody said. We're hopeful that the Senate will consider the facts, listen to their constituents and realize the impact of the House proposal on users. I feel like this is going to affect a lot of people.
It's going to affect millions and millions of people.
Think about how many people like actually make a living off of TikTok. Like their whole platform is about to be taken away.
You have some out there that literally are like some of the biggest
huge
TikTokers that's on there right now.
Like they became who they were because of TikTok.
Because of TikTok and probably only because of TikTok. So like you said, if they take that away, that's going to affect a lot of people. A lot of people. It's kind of letting you know like what they're trying to look out for because of like the information that gets stored. Like they were saying that it's not stored. It's stored on the Oracle cloud. It's not stored like overseas.
Well, that's what they're trying to do is put it into
on the Oracle
cloud. Yeah.
Rather than overseas. But I can see how that could be a problem regarding like us in China, and as far as like a breach of like security and information, I can see that. I can see that like wholeheartedly how they want to try to keep that from keeping that out of the wrong hands because of where like a lot of that information gets stored at. Like a lot of people don't know like the backstory behind like some of these platforms, like regarding like where they got to keep that information stored.
I don't know.
And how they do it.
I don't know. I feel like if we're talking about that, then we're talking about the cloud. Okay? Everybody should be nervous.
Yeah, because you can get into it. You can hack that thing.
For that matter. Like, I'm just saying, because it's just like, what privacy do we have if your phone is already telling you stuff about things that you think about that you ain't even said or that you said, and then your phone just pops up and tell you? Like, do you think that you're secure in your privacy and what it is that you're talking about and the things that you might discuss?
And we brought that up too. Like, where is that information going?
Don't y'all be surprised if y'all get off of here and all of a sudden Nike and Adidas and Puma and
start popping up on your phone.
Start popping up like
that's the AI. That's the AI these days.
But that doesn't make you nervous. So why is it different that China has access? I mean, okay.
Yeah, see, you just said it.
Okay. Maybe that's a little different.
Yeah,
that's a little different.
Yeah, now you're starting to see where it's getting a little tricky because
like, why should we? I guess my thing is, I get right. Okay, we talking about a whole different. Okay, I understand the element of fear here in what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But in terms of people, okay, your normal person, your average Joe, me, okay, the nobody, okay, because I'm a nobody.
Okay. I'm gonna let you believe that.
The damn Apple cyber universe has all my information stored in it. All of these little videos and stuff that you done made in your whole past life and everything that you've been doing and stuff and trying to keep it away from your mama from seeing it and stuff. They see it.
All of that.
So why is it okay that we allow them to see it?
But
y'all don't want nobody else to see it, and it's like they gonna get their hands on the same information
to a degree. I think it's a little bit more than that.
They should ban the Apple Cloud too.
I'm just telling you, they can get access to all that information, and then then they can start selling that information on the black market. Like you never know where that stuff is going to end up at the end of the day.
You never know, because soon as some shit happen, okay, something go down, the FBI gonna be all in your shit. They about to comb through your whole phone. Okay, that's why that's the first thing they always want to take. No matter how much stuff you try to hide or delete. They gonna go find everything.
Oh, they gonna find every single thing that you've ever done on that damn phone.
Everything.
Period.
So it's like, okay, so what? You want to hide how bad we are from China? Just like our asses are bad.
Yeah, but I see why.
China might hand that shit back and be like,
no.
The hell you got going on?
We already seen what happened in 2018, 2019.
But they not gonna get nothing scientific. You not gonna find how to put a rocket together in this phone. I don't know why you would be looking for me.
Yeah,
is my point.
No, they're not gonna find it. They ain't gonna find that information. But again, just as far as just people's information and that security breach of that stuff like that, like I can see how they could be weary of that, just because TikTok is based from China.
Right.
Other than that. If it was anywhere else, it wouldn't have any problem. We be good. We be good to go.
Okay. Y'all chime in. Let us know what y'all think about that. I feel like the majority of people are probably going to be like, it doesn't affect them. But then think about how many people are actually going to be affected by that. If they decide to move forward with
and I feel like you too. I'm like, so what? Like, I'm just me. Yeah, I'm little, like you said, I'm little old me.
I'm little old me. But that's the thing is that I feel like for the people who are like that make their livelihoods off of it, that's the part where I'm like, obviously, there's more I could say about that. You should always try to create more than one stream of income, like especially when it comes to like dealing with social media. If that's what you do full time, like we know better, right? We know this. Like that's why we do as much as we do to continue everything that we have coming. Like it has to go on. Right. Life won't stop because they take TikTok away, but people's livelihoods will change significantly.
It ain't gonna bother me one bit. I be on TikTok, but I wouldn't. If they took it away,
where they gonna go to put in like the recipes?
I wouldn't miss a minute of sleep. I don't even get my recipes from TikTok.
I do. I've found a lot of recipes. There's a lot of good stuff you can learn. Hacks, life hacks, how to put your hamburger on top of your drink and carry it and put the the whole.
Oh yeah, that's definitely something I need to know how to do.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like little quirky stuff there. It's like, okay, I'm done. Leave me. Because that just sounds so stupid. But whatever, you get the point. Leave me alone. Nobody cares about recipes and hamburger hacks. I guess you're not missing out on much coming from TikTok. Y'all, leave me alone.
That's what a lot of people gonna say. They're gonna be like, shit, I don't give a damn. Here, take it away. Some people gonna be like, shit, hell, you should never even gave us TikTok to begin with.
Okay, I don't even know. There was just something else that we didn't need to begin with. I'm just saying. We're going to be answering some questions that you guys sent over to us. If y'all would like to do that, feel free to chime in. Y'all can go over to our website at www.AsiaandBJ.com, fill out the form or the questionnaire or the confession, and shoot it over to us, you guys. It is anonymous. Everything remains anonymous. And it will be kept secret, close to the chest.
Got to.
Just know.
Got to.
But, okay. I gave my man a hall pass, and now I regret it because he won't stop cheating. Is it my fault for allowing the initial step out, or is it his fault that he can't keep it in his pants? Who's responsible? Definitely him.
See, that's gonna be your first response. Y'all, that's gonna be Asia's first response every single time. It's his fault. He the one. He the one that did it,
babe. He the one that did it. Okay, she told him he could go.
But he did it because she gave him the okay.
Wait a minute. First
of all, it's her damn fault.
If you don't know what a hall pass is, y'all, this is something that's not really that new, but supposedly this is like an okay from the other person that you're in a relationship with.
Get out of jail free card.
No, it's a go get some booty free card.
I know, but some people see, but some people see they relationship or they see their marriage as being in jail. So what they saying is that's a get out of jail free card.
Okay.
It's her damn fault.
However you want to look at that.
It's her fault.
No, it ain't her fault. It's his fault.
Dude, guys, all my guys out there, all my bro code guys out there.
No, because
we know that it's all her fault.
Babe, don't start.
Because she opened up the Pandora's box.
She opened it up, but then that doesn't mean that she allowed it to keep happening. If she said, "Here, you can have the one night to go do what you want to do. Tonight is the one night," but you continue to do it. That's because you continue to do that.
Yeah, because she opened up that door. She opened up a door that now it can't be closed.
Well, she only gave him one hall pass, so that means your ass is getting some free ass one time, and that's it. And it's over after that.
But I feel like if a woman or a man gives their significant other a hall pass, I feel like you just open up Pandora's box for them to do it again and again. Especially if that's something that they just into, like they really, really wanna be out there with a hall pass, like they really want to cheat.
Honestly,
and you gave them that one opportunity. Now it's like, okay. So now all I got to do is now I just got to do it on the slide or do it on the low now.
So you saying basically then he coming up with ways to manipulate her to do it again. In other words, rather than him just going out to do it on his own, because she already allowed him.
No,
to do
she
it.
already gave him a hall pass. Now,
The key word is hall pass. Not hall passes.
Single.
Yeah.
Like A.
Yeah.
Just A. Like one.
A hall pass.
Okay. I still feel like feel like because you gave him that one. That's what I'm saying. You gave him an inch, right? You gave him an inch.
No.
And we coming after that mile. We want that 5,280 feet.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever it is.
Okay, so you mean to tell me that if I said, "Hey, yeah, I'm gonna give you a hall pass," which I would never do. Okay,
right.
I would never. But if in the event that I did, and I was like, "Babe, just the one time, you can have the hall pass. You gonna use the hall pass, or you not gonna use the hall pass?" Don't laugh. What's the answer?
No, I'm gonna say no.
No, you lying.
I gotta say no. I gotta say no. I gotta say no. I gotta say no.
He is lying.
I gotta put my hand on. I gotta right hand. Okay, the right hand. See,
you know good and
first of all, I'm doing the wrong hand.
You're gonna be the first one
my
to
right
be
hand.
trying to hurry up and leave and find a group of friends.
But that's the thing. I don't have no group of friends. there are no friends to mingle with.
Okay.
There are no friends. But no, if you gave me a hall pass, I would say no, because then if you gave me a hall pass, you're gonna be looking for a hall pass.
Maybe I'm not looking for a hall pass. What if I'm not? It's just like I'm just gifting this one hall pass.
No, hell no. I'm not falling for that shit. And like I said, I really,
I'm gonna gift you the hall pass.
And again, like I said, like our relationship ain't even built off of like any of that type of stuff where we had like anything like an open relationship at any point.
No.
So yeah, I just can't see us being together 20 years and then okay, you can get a hall pass. Maybe if it was something where we were like together for like the first couple of years and you were like, hey, hall pass ticket. Would you like to take a hall pass? Okay, sure. Get out of jail free card.
I don't know. I feel like I would be set up. If you gave me a hall pass, I would be like, Not only that, but then I'm like, I'm gonna wait for the day that I come back and then I gotta go to the doctor for something that you know what I mean? Like I just feel like, oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead, take your ass on out there. Yeah. Go ahead for free and come back with something for free.
But what kind of stipulations do women put on them? Or or your significant other, like if they give you a hall pass, like I
have no idea.
Are there any stipulations like you can't have any oral?
How would you know?
You gotta protect it. Like,
how would you know? How would you know? Even if I said and gave you all these rules, how would you even know?
Actually know in the end?
Yeah.
Hey, it just comes down to trust at the end of the day,
man. These grimy ass people.
So a woman or a man just gonna give they partner a hall pass, but they're not gonna be like, okay, well, you can't do this, you can't do that. You can only do.
No, you don't give him no stipulations if you go allow somebody to do that. I don't know. Hell, I ain't never gave no hall pass. I have no idea.
Have y'all ever gave a hall pass?
Nobody.
And if y'all ever
that.
gave a hall pass, what were the conditions of the hall pass?
Why would anybody do that?
because they know they know they with somebody that cheat, so they like, hell, before your ass start cheating,
there's no
go ahead. I mean, I know you want to do it. I saw you look at her ass the other day.
Absolutely not.
Go ahead and get it out your system.
I wish you would.
I think they might do it to sow their royal oats.
Okay, royal oats. Royal my ass.
Because and coming to America, that's what he had to go do.
Okay.
He had to sow his royal oats. He had to get it out of his system.
You and these damn.
Well, at least that's what they said.
I really can't, y'all. Okay.
That's a good one. That's a good question, though.
So, who is responsible, you think?
Both of their ass.
Okay. I was going to say, I think both of them are
it's
responsible.
Both their ass. Yeah. It's both of them.
He is just as much as you are. Don't be out there passing out hall passes. It's just that simple.
Yeah. But with that question, I feel like she going to get what she deserved by giving him a hall pass.
Which is what?
With him being a habitual cheater or being a habitual violator.
I don't think she deserves that if she's handing the hall pass out. She doesn't deserve that.
I'm not saying she really deserves, but if it happens and now it's turning into a thing.
But that happens, then that's what he's doing. Like that. Why is she responsible for what he's doing? She can't be responsible for his actions. His meat is his meat.
Right. It is. But I'm just saying, if you open up Pandora's box, you got to find a way to close it at the same time.
Okay. When a man pays for a drink for a woman, what is he actually telling her? Do women like someone buying her drink because it's free? Or do they prefer someone buys them a drink to big up the gesture of kindness from a man to a woman, opening up a conversation? Is there ever a time a woman says no or turns down a free drink offer?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Especially when they don't want to talk to you.
But there's a lot of females that's like, there's a lot of women that's like, hey, if you want to buy me a drink, go ahead and buy me a drink. I'm not interested in your ass to begin with. And there's no way that you can end up with my phone number, but go ahead and buy me a drink.
I disagree.
You do?
Yeah, because there's so many like, babe, come on. There's a lot of times women go to a bar and there's always some guy that's trying to talk to some and he's there by himself.
I feel like that's the kind of way that's like the segue to open up the conversation.
That's what they're saying. Like,
it's basically just, hey, let me buy you a drink. Let me buy you a drink. Ooh. How much get home with me?
My thing is like, if you buy a drink, what's the expectation of you buying a drink for somebody? If you
for me,
it's a gesture. It's a kindness gesture.
Shit, back in the day, if I buy you a drink, you better talk to me. Hello, hello. Do you see me?
Headed for like, if somebody buys your food, that's
do you want a shot
at the drive-through, and they buy your food, and you pull up, and they like, oh, the guy in front just pay for your food.
Mm-hmm.
They gone. You don't even know. You ain't never said nothing to them, but you feel good. So why is that different? That somebody just buys you a drink? Isn't it the same kindness of a gesture?
No, because you're in the bar with a bunch of lowlifes, a whole bunch of creepazoids.
They could be the same person in the car that paid.
No, because that the sole reason why we came to the bar is because we're looking for some punani. Okay.
Oh gosh.
I'm just letting you know that's all we here for. That's it. We out here on the prowl. We like little leopards and cheetahs and lions.
Boy, I tell you, boy, wow.
After the zebra or the wildebeest, that's it. So, ladies, if he out there and he buys you a drink, that's what. Hey, that's he looking for the conversation. He not finna just buy you a drink and be like, "Damn, you so beautiful. I just wanted to buy you a drink. Have a great night."
That might be the case. That's very well possible.
Okay, well, I'm not buying. If I was him, that's not why I'm buying you no drink.
You ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. And I'm definitely not buying it for free, without getting anything out of it.
Right, and I'm not saying that she got to give it up because I bought her a drink, but give me some conversation, like give me something in exchange for that $8 that I just paid for this drink.
But what if she doesn't want to and she took the drink?
Okay, well, give me eight. If it's $8 for the drink, give me 8 minutes of conversation.
You are, boy. You was dirty. You was dusty for that. I'm gonna be like, if you don't get your dusty ass on.
And then when I buy the next drink, if it's $9, you owe me 9 minutes of conversation. So 17 minutes. So we already been talking almost 20 minutes.
So you think a minute per dollar?
Yeah, for sure. A conversation. So we already up to 17 minutes. So if we already been talking for 17 minutes, then I'm already halfway to my goal.
Is that what you think, though? Y'all, I can't. I really can't. He said a minute.
What would you think?
$1 a minute.
What would you think if you were just at the bar with your girls and you just sitting there and a man or a man just walked up and said,
"Wait a minute. Wait a
minute.
You can't go as soon as you hit me with the smack the lips thing. It's done. You can't. You're not talking to me at that point with the LL Cool J thing."
But what would you think if he wants to buy you a drink? Would you let him buy you a drink because you think that he wants something from you now? because he's buying a drink, or would you let a man buy your drink and and whatever happens?
I don't think I would let anybody buy me anything that I'm not interested in.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not interested in even taking the time to get to know you or your conversation, I don't want anything from you.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yes, it.
So the answer is like, no, I wouldn't want to drink from anybody at the bar. Like,
just some random guy just walk up and say,
no.
let me buy you a drink.
No, I mean, that's happened. That's happened before. Like, I never thought much of it, I guess because in my opinion, I'm just like, shoot, that's a nice little kind gesture.
Yeah, it's a free drink.
It's a free drink and it's a kind gesture. But like, other than that, like in my mind, I'm not thinking there's anything more that's going to come out of that unless I'm interested. And other than that, it's like, who knows what your conversation is like that I'm even going to give you the time of day after that. Like, okay. I appreciate the drink.
Well, if I buy the drink,
don't walk over here.
Yeah. Well, if I buy the drink, just know what the expectation is.
What if a girl comes up to
Bartender, go ahead and get her a shot at that 1942.
If a woman comes up to you and asks you for a drink, what is your thought? Like if they ask you for a drink. You want to buy me a drink?
But I've had that happen to me in the past.
And then what do you say?
I'd be like, I really be looking at them like, you got the damn audacity to come and ask me for a drink.
You think I'm finna do that for you today?
But my kind-hearted ass gonna buy it.
You gonna buy the drink.
Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna be turned off and I'm not even gonna want to talk to you because of the way that the woman came across and came aggressively like,
so how does that make sense
buy me a drink?
You ain't gonna buy, like, how you gonna buy somebody a drink and then be like, I don't want to talk to you because you asked me for it. So then what was the point?
Because usually the woman that comes up to you to ask you for a drink, you're not interested in her. She not one of the ones that you're looking for. She just like one of these women that like I already saw you before the person that I wanted to buy the drink for, like I already saw you. I already overlooked you. I overlooked you. And then her ratchet ass come over here asking, can I buy you a drink? Like I didn't want to buy you a drink. If I wanted to buy you a drink, I would have offered to buy you a drink.
But why she got to be ratchet though?
I just feel like you got to be ratchet to walk up to a dude and be like, you gonna buy me a drink?
That's not necessarily the case because sometimes I think that there's different methods that people might use to open up an avenue of conversation. And sometimes, you know how you ask somebody something you really don't mean it? Like maybe you just have a super crazy crush on somebody. You like, oh my God, that man is gorgeous. Mm-hmm. And the only thing you can think of when you walk up to him is just to be like, Can you buy me a drink? I'd love to sit and talk to you. Or what if she comes and she offers him a drink?
Then hey, now you're talking.
So
now you're talking.
But what's your expectation? Do you think that they're expecting to conversate, or do you think that it's just a kind gesture?
I feel like it's a kind.
I feel like a woman is not just gonna buy a drink for a man and be like, okay, thanks, bye.
And the same thing for me.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing for me.
Okay.
It's not gonna be no thanks bye. It's opened up that segue to the possibility of conversating. See the conversation. Let's talk.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm here.
Mm-mm.
Because it's gonna go from me buying you this drink to like, is this your first time here? Oh no, I usually come here on Thursdays, and me and the girls that we usually come out, but tonight I came by myself. You came by yourself?
And then what do you say?
Babe.
See, I'm not. No, don't babe me. Don't babe me, because I'm just trying to figure out how this goes, because you go to the bar without me.
No, I do not. I knew that was coming.
So I'm just trying to figure out how this goes. Like, so what? So then what? So, I mean, okay, then what happens after that?
You crazy as hell. You crazy as hell.
Okay. We can go to the next question, because y'all see how he tried to giggle his behind out of that. No, we can do that scenario. Let's go to the bar and we can find that out. You go to the bar, you pull up at 7:00, I pull up at 7:30, and I'm gonna show you. My thing is, okay, so to answer the question, I feel like offering a drink, even if the first time, like, no one comes over and says anything to you, but it is showing some type of kind gesture, I would turn my head to like at least,
at least acknowledge you, right?
Yeah, like
and I would do that too.
Yeah, and then like maybe if you send one more, I'm be like, okay, like I at least owe him a conversation, but that's it. Like nothing more. I think the expectation is only that. Like what you decide after that is up to you. But I mean, it depends on what your intention is. Is it just for you to show like I don't think anybody just goes out and just unless you are paying it forward type of thing, and it's just like
not at the bar though.
Right, right. That's where I was going with that. I think it's different.
Yeah, it just depends on like where you at, where the environment, the atmosphere, and I feel like the atmosphere, obviously, when you're at a bar, is to conversate, to get to know people that you get to know strangers.
Yeah, because if you paying it forward, there is no expectation. You obviously know that they're not going to know who you are or never be able to say thank you to you, but you're okay with walking away knowing that you did something good for somebody and never even speaking to them.
Yeah.
So
that's the only reason why that's the only reason why we buy women drinks at the bar, because we're just trying to do something good for them.
Okay.
No.
That's
where it starts.
No.
That's where it starts, with that first drink or two.
I don't think that at all.
I'm going to buy you a drink.
See?
Ooh. I'm going to take you home with me. I got money in it. I'm trying to take you home.
Oh,
T-Pain told us. He told us back in 2000, whatever it was. Let's sing that again.
Oh, man. No? My boyfriend and I always have sex, and 9 times out of 10, I never reach an orgasm. Do you think it's a waste to have sex with someone if they never make you climax? I don't think it's critical, but my friends always give me a hard time about not making it a big deal. Just out of curiosity, what are your thoughts? Do you advocate for an orgasm if it's something that's uncomfortable with your partner?
Ooh.
Or do you think that saying it out loud and telling them only hurts your partner's ego?
Mm-hmm. That's a woman's question. I'm going to let you answer that one right there. I'm going to let you start with that one.
I'm not a man.
I know, but you're a woman.
I mean,
and that's from a woman's perspective. Like,
I don't think that,
and she got friends.
I don't think that it should be uncomfortable. I think you should advocate for it, but like I don't think that it would be uncomfortable to tell your partner that you want to have an orgasm too. Mm-hmm. I think that if you feel uncomfortable with being able to communicate that, then you're not in the right relationship.
To where you feel like you can be open enough to tell them that.
Yeah, because nowadays I just think like when you have an orgasm, I just don't think like people, like women in general, like have orgasms the way that people advocate the way that they do. Like, especially if you're comparing yourself to like porn and stuff, and you see what they're doing and how often they climax or orgasm and stuff. And then you think, oh, my experience is he's supposed to make me do that. But like, and I say this all the time, I'm like, you can't compare what you got going on to somebody else, but
that's pretty much just for like entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, but
taking it to the extreme.
Right. But is that what makes it good sex? Because you had an orgasm?
Because you had an orgasm.
Or is it not? Like, can you still have good sex and not have an orgasm? Like, I guess it's where I'm like,
I think some men and some women feel like in order to say that it was great sex, it has to lead to you having an orgasm.
But like now, today in today's world, in society, like today, in terms of like women, and especially just being more open, sexual, like with your sexuality and sexual prep, like what you like and that type of thing. Like now, I think the conversation is less taboo to say, especially with women, that they don't have an orgasm like every time they have sex or every experience that they've had with somebody was bad because they didn't have an orgasm. I don't think necessarily saying to somebody, hey,
or to say that it's not good if you don't have an orgasm.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's like you can still enjoy it and you still have really good sex with somebody and say, I don't have orgasms when I have sex, but Do you
It's
still
good.
have a good time? Like,
Yeah.
is it still good to you? Like, so I'm saying that to say, is that going to hurt your ego
so that he
if
could
I
be
tell
aware
you
of it?
though?
I don't think it would. I think that would probably put him on notice. Like, hey, I need to step my game up. Let me make sure I do enough. Let me make sure I do. I go above and beyond to make sure I get you right too.
On a scale of 1 to 10, from a man's perspective, like what steps would a man take to educate themselves? Or do they just go off of like experience? Like,
I think most go off of experience.
why?
I think most are going to go off of experience.
But don't you think that that's a problem though? Like,
yes, I definitely think it's a problem because you're not really completely like diving into like the anatomy of a woman, what actually makes a woman tick, what are her actual like fetishes, what are her like, what's her sexual flavor?
Yeah.
What's she like? And
but why? Like, why do you think that they don't take the time to?
for the same reason why it's like some men just want to come and then they just want to be done.
Well, because I feel like with a woman, it's just like, I don't know. Like, in my opinion, I think like a woman would probably be more susceptible to listening to a man. Like, if they figure out something that they like, whatever the case might be. I
think some men, they just feel like they just got that bravado, like when they feel like that they are it, like when they feel like that they can sexually please their woman, they feel like maybe there's not much else I can do to go above and beyond, when there's like a lot of things that you can really do to have a better understanding like of a woman.
Do you
far as what they like and what they crave, as far as like getting them to that point to climax?
Do you think that the carryover from one experience to another has a lot to do with that, in terms of like in relation to what a woman wants? This woman wants this individually versus this woman. Like, when I did this made her do, you know what I mean? Obviously everybody's different, but like, do you think that for men, like it's easy for them to just carry over like one experience to the next and be like, oh, I already know that I know how to. That's
what I'm saying. I feel like they're just going off of experience rather than like really trying to educate themselves and have like pure knowledge. I think they're just going off of the strength of just experience. Like you said, oh, I did this with her and I got her to this point because I did this. Mm-hmm. Okay, when I get to I'm in another relationship. Well,
so what happens if you get to the next person and you figure out that what worked for her and what made her go crazy?
And that's probably, And
don't make her go crazy. And in fact, she think this, it just,
that ain't even working.
No,
it ain't even getting her halfway.
So like, does it bother would it bother you at all that you feel like maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was, or I'm not as great at this as I thought, because she has a completely different reaction to it than she did. Obviously, you're not going to be telling me that.
And
but
that's where the wake up call gonna come in at. Because you thought that you had all the experience, you felt like that you had you had everything planned, you had it all lined up, like you know how to get women off, but in actuality you don't. That was just like a one-off. That was just in another relationship. So now when you get into another relationship with another woman that has different needs, has to be pleasured in a whole nother way, that's where it comes in at, like, as far as like knowing women and gaining knowledge and learning about like sex in a standpoint. Because it's not all about the bang, 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 and it's over. Like, it's a lot of other things. It's like the foreplay, the arousal. It's all about like the physical. So yeah, I mean, if you're really trying to like make her feel electric, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make her feel electric.
Yeah.
You're supposed to make her feel electric now.
Okay. Not with a low voice. I'm trying to understand. Okay.
Yeah, but you got to make her feel electric, and I feel like from a man's standpoint, that's what you should aim to do. You should aim to please your partner, not aim to have her please you.
Okay.
From a man, and even to take it a step further. Like even with a man, like I don't think that a man should climax every time.
Why?
Especially, I mean, maybe
then you would
maybe
agree.
when you're younger, but as you get older, you should start practicing something called semen retention. Like, obviously, you're there to please your partner, and just like you said, I can have great sex without having to come, without climaxing. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's the whole sole purpose of a man, is to make your woman feel electric and to get her to where she want to get to. And so if you don't get yours, then it just is what it is. You still enjoyed it.
I think the majority of women in general, like once you are comfortable with your partner, like you should be able to advocate for yourself in terms of like what you want, like especially when it comes to that type of thing. But I don't think that it's in a way like, because based off of what you're saying and what I was explaining or what I was trying to explain to you, it sounds like it's almost like we're saying the same thing in terms of like the expectation. Because I do think with women, it's like, I just think we have the element of just being able to understand what men want. Like we could probably figure out what makes a man come like this just because we figure it out. And then it's just like, once we figure out you can hear you moan louder. You might squeeze my neck or my head or with my arm. And like, I just know like what I did, like you liked it. And we pay attention to stuff like that. And I think with men, I think it's a little different, especially like it just takes repetition almost before they start figuring out, oh, I need to like, oh, she likes this. Oh, she likes that. Is because they have been able, like men in general, like they are able to carry over these experiences. Like I would say baggage, like
sexual baggage.
Yeah.
Sexual experience baggage.
Yeah. And you think because you've done this with this person or this person and you know, maybe you've figured out this one or two techniques for these people. And then when you get to this other person, and it's like, oh,
it ain't even working at all.
That ain't even a thing.
It ain't even worked at all.
Yeah. I think when the ego thing comes into play is when it's like bad sex. And then you tell them on top of that you can't get an orgasm. But when it's good sex, like you can still advocate for that. And then I don't think there's going to be any feelings from it.
I don't think so. I just feel like there's another step that we gotta grow from.
I don't know. I don't think that's the same for everybody. And I think like there's the comfortability level of advocating for it, but then at the same time, it's like sometimes I feel like it's overlooked or it's not brought up enough. Yeah, because it's like shit. It's still good to me. Like, why am I complaining that why?
Yeah, but
but are you wasting your time if you're doing that?
And if that's something that you crave, you crave for more, then that's what you should tell them. Like, I want you to get me all the way. I want you to take me all the way there. I want to go all the way there.
Yeah.
So, just let me know what I need to do. If I need to get you all the way there, then I need to take the steps to figure out like what you like a little bit more. I thought I knew what you like. Let me learn more about other things that you like. Yeah. And add that to the repertoire. Because at the end of the day, we're going to get it done. We're going to have fun and we're going to get it done.
I can't.
But no, I completely agree. Like you said, you gotta bring it up. Like you gotta like put it out there because we might think that we're doing a good job, like vice versa, man and woman, but there could be more that we need to do. Yeah. As far as like sex and
well, that's why I feel like that's why you should be experiencing with different things and not afraid to try new things with your partner because.
Well, I brought up trying some new things, and you pretty much was like, no, babe, no, hell no.
And what? Because the things that you were talking about. Okay. I live in a house, not the jungle.
Y'all.
You're not going to have me swinging from a tree. That's not... We're not finna do that.
Then I just brought up like some new techniques and some new things to try. You was like, what the hell no? I would never do that.
Well, tell them what it is that you wanted to try.
Babe, I don't have a way of explaining that right now.
Right, exactly. Because when you tried to explain it to me,
it'll take like 10 more minutes for me to explain exactly what it is, and it's about time for us to go.
Yeah, it's time for us to go.
It's about time for us to go. So
yeah, y'all see BJ always trying to get himself
trying some new things. We're gonna figure it out though. We're gonna try some new things though. We're gonna figure it out.
Oh man!
But it's so ironic that you just said that too, and I had brought something up like a week ago. But shout out to everybody that's watching this episode right now. Go ahead and hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. If you guys are streaming right now on any streaming platform, make sure you hit that auto download button. We appreciate you guys so much. You already know it's always a pleasure whenever we get together.
We getting out of here. Y'all, if ain't nobody else told y'all, hug your babies, kiss your loved ones, pet your dogs, y'all. I love y'all so much for everything y'all do for us. We could not be any of what we are without any one of y'all. And for that, we are truly thankful. Y'all stay blessed. Have a safe week. And we're going to see y'all next time.